He said in verse 8, the grass withereth, the flower fadeth, but the word of our God shall stand forever. O Zion, that bringest good tidings, get thee up into the high mountain. O Jerusalem, that bringest good tidings, lift up thy voice with strength. Lift it up. Be not afraid. Say unto the cities of Judah, behold your God. Now look, the preacher should not be afraid. I mean, is that the truth or not? How many times we see it about, fear not, fear not, fear not. For God had not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. God forbid that the spirit of fear would come into the pulpit, into the leadership of God's, into the pastor, into the preacher, into you. Don't live in fear. We live in a society that wants to put you in fear. Our government is trying to put you in fear. It's the truth. Their war on terror, they're putting us in fear. Because, let me tell you why. Let me list all the reasons why they're putting us in fear. Number one, global warming. We're all going to die, right? The environment. You know what? Global warming is real because when God blows the seventh trumpet in the book of Revelation, or the fourth trumpet in the book of Revelation, He's going to scorch men with great heat. Right. He's going to turn up the heat on this earth to where it'll feel like Arizona in the summertime in Alaska. And here, I don't even know what it's going to be like. But God said He will scorch men with great heat. God's going to destroy 1/3 of the trees. You want to talk about clear cutting? Huh? You want to talk about save the whales? God's going to turn 1/3 of the salt water into blood, and every living thing in the sea is going to die. Right. Can you imagine the species that will be annihilated? God's going to destroy the environment one day, my friend, and then He's going to come back and say, I make all things new. He's going to set up His millennial kingdom and fix it all. Because God is the one who holds this world in His hand, and maybe you ought to realize that. Instead of thinking that we have to have a sustainable planet. Why? So we can be here for millions and billions of years? Jesus is coming back, my friend, and He's going to destroy the whole thing. And then He's going to redo it. So no, I'm not worried about the environment. No, don't send me your stupid little plant on Facebook to save the environment. What is that stupid thing? I don't even know what that is. People send me some little blue fern, or what is it? Green patch? I'm going to send them I don't know what to send them. Send them a swift kick in the pants on Facebook. I don't need their green patch. I don't care about the environment. Nuts to the environment. I'm not trying to save the earth. I'm trying to save the souls of the people who live in Phoenix and Arizona and the othermost part of the earth. That's all I care about saving. Let that stupid whale die. God will create a new one in the millennium, and I'll look at it for 1,000 years, and Al Gore will be burning in hell. I'm going to be playing with Shamu during the millennium. I'm going to be swimming around with dolphins, and he's going to be burning in hell. That's the truth, Al Gore. You're not going to get to see these kind of species. You're going to be in hell with a bunch of worms. That's going to be the only species that you know, Al Gore, and all your buddies. And so the point is, look, the government is trying to put us in fear. Scared about the environment. Right? Scared about global warming. Scared everybody's going to come kill us. Scared about the terrorists. You know what? The terrorists are going to come kill us because God's not protecting us because we're murdering a bunch of babies and marching a bunch of queers down the street. Right. You know, we don't need a metal detector. We need to get on our knees and beg God for mercy. Amen. Good night. We don't need to round up the Taliban. We need to round up the queers. Right? Put them in Guantanamo Bay. Don't close it down. Put all a bunch of queers in there. Right? You know, why don't we take care of the real problem? We're over there fixing Iraq. Why don't they fix America? Huh? Why don't they get right with God? And then God will be our shield and our protection. He'll keep us safe. He'll be a shield and a shade over us. But we don't have God to protect us because we're spitting in the eye of God. That's the truth. And so look, that's what we have to be worried about. I'm not worried about global warming. I'm not worried about all this other stuff. I'm worried about, am I right with God? Amen. Am I acceptable with God? That's all I care about. That's what I ought to worry about. And so he's saying, look, pastor, look, preacher, look, Christian, look, God's people, be not afraid. Fear should not enter your mind except one thing, just fear of God. Right. The only fear from Genesis to Revelation that God ever tells you is good is fearing Him. He never tells you to fear the devil. He never tells you to fear people coming and killing you. He doesn't tell you to fear the environment. He tells you fear God. Don't fear man. Fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear Him which is able to destroy both soul and body. No, don't fear Osama bin Laden. Fear God. Right. Don't fear Hamas. Fear God. Don't fear Hezbollah. Fear God. don't fear Fatah, fear God. That's who we ought to be afraid of.
Yeah.
Why don't we get on the radio and talk about God instead of all this other garbage? Because they want you to be scared of man.
Right.
They want you to be scared about everything else. Because they want to control your life.
Right.
Because people control through fear, like they always have. The devil will try to control you using fear. He'll use fear to try to manipulate you. And our government uses fear to try to manipulate us.
Right.
They want to keep us in a permanent state of fear. That's why the airport's been at threat level orange for the last 7 years. Permanent. I don't think it's yellow tonight. I don't think they decided to switch it to yellow. One of these days, I'm going to walk up to that sign and take a yellow spray can and make that green. I'm going to take it green. Hey, why not? While I'm at it, right? Green. I'm not scared of nothing. Right? Yeah, that's what we ought to do. It's true, man. But he says, O Jerusalem, that bringest good tidings. Lift up thy voice with strength. Lift it up. Be not afraid.